Hey, it's Sean, and I'm here today to show you an easy way to clean the pots for the speed control on a Technics turntable. I've got a Technics 1710. I don't know if you can see that. It's a Technics 1710. It's the same as a 1700, but in the charcoal gray color. A lot of times these are considered vintage turntables, and a lot of times they have problems with these over the years. They accumulate some dirt in the pots and the potentiometers, that is, the pots that control your speed, and that will cause the speed to warble a little bit, wow and flutter and all kinds of stuff. So I bought this turntable not too long ago. I got a fair deal on it, not a incredibly, not a great deal, not overpriced at all. I got a fair deal. I was pretty pleased with the price I paid for it. But when I unboxed it and plugged it in, the first thing I noticed was that the speed was warbling, and I was a little pissed off. And usually that's because of dirt accumulating in these variable resistors or potentiometers that control the speed. And a lot of times to remedy that problem, that entails ripping off the back cover. Well, not ripping it off, unscrewing it, and then there's another housing inside that these pots are inside of. And well, I decided to try to take a shortcut. I figured worst case scenario, I'll lose 5 minutes of my life. There's knobs on these pots. They pull off very easily. You've got a D-shaped shaft on your pot, so you don't have to worry about trying to reposition anything as if it matters anyway. Worst case scenario, you're at 3 o'clock when you think it should be 7. But no, it's a D-shaped pot, so your notch is always going to be where it should be. So, being a guitar tech, a luthier, I build and repair electric guitars, violins, acoustic guitars, etc. But most of my expertise is with electric guitars. I know from experience that sometimes you can get really lucky and clean these things. I've got a can of parts cleaner here. This is from Radio Shack. My God, I miss them. This was relatively inexpensive. Right now you're going to have to go buy a can of deoxit. It's about 25 to 30% more the cost, but well worth it. So as you can see, there's a shaft coming out of that pot there, and there's a little collar around it. So what you want to do is just squirt a little bit of the cleaner in there. I don't need to do it because these are clean. I recently cleaned these, and I don't want to waste my cleaner. I have very little left. I don't want to waste it. So you can spray that in there to clean those, and then what you're going to want to do is just work that knob back and forth a little bit. That'll spread the cleaner around, clean off all the contacts and everything, and hopefully that does the job. And you can do it for your 33 and 45 speed, or if you have one speed. If you have a 1200 type, you can you can reach this underneath the felt that shields the slider there, and that should do the same thing if you can wick it in there. And what's going to happen, well, now you can see lifted the arm onto this. You got a little you got your strobe here. I'm not sure how the camera's going to pick this up. There's a backwards. You can easily see which strobe is for the 33 and the 45, because one will appear to move and the other one will be completely invisible. So once the strobe appears to be steady on that, I'm not sure if I can turn off I can't turn off the light on this. be better if it was dark in here. But once the strobe appears to be stable on that, looks like you've got your proper speed. You can go ahead and drop your arm and should have sound. And that's that. Thanks for watching.